Hi, Gladiator parents. I just wanted to make a short video for you and make sure that we are all on the same page for communication. So let's take a look at how to use PowerSchool to always know how your child is doing. The first thing is logging into PowerSchool. If you don't have a parent account yet, you're going to want to watch this video here. That's going to show you how to set one up for your kids. You can also see all of their grades and information about assessment on PowerSchool through your child's login, so you can get them to log in and take a look at it together. So here's when you first log in, this is what PowerSchool looks like, and you're going to see all of their classes listed here. Once there are marks in there, you're going to see right here, Mark Detail, and that's a link that you can click on. Once you click on Mark Detail, you're going to see something that looks like this. So right now we have 2 assignments in language arts, and you can see them listed here. There's also the date listed here. That's going to be really important because the date of the assignment in PowerSchool will match the date of the lesson in Google Classroom. So if your child is looking at this and going, I don't know how to do my Read Theory account setup, they can look over here, 9/08/2020, and when they go into Google Classroom, there will be a slideshow for that week that they can go to, and then that specific day. And in this case, there's a video there that they can watch so they can get this done on their own. Or if they're an at-home learner at any point this year, they would be able to do that as well. Now, over here we have a little comment you can see from the speech bubble there, and then a view link. So you can click on view, and that's going to show you what that comment about that specific assignment is. I'll show you that on the next slide. Down here we have the legend or the codes, and you can see all of these have different meanings. For me, if something is collected, that means it was not graded, but it's just either finished or not finished. That can give you a really good idea of your child's work habits at school. Okay, late assignments. If it's missing, that means that they still need to complete it. If it is exempt, it will not be part of their final grade. And if it says absent, that means that they missed that lesson in class, but it wasn't necessary for them to catch up with it. So you might see 2 of these codes together. It could be exempt and absent. You could have something that's missing and incomplete. So there's incomplete there and excluded down here. Okay, so when you click on this view to see it, you might have something pop up like this. In this case, it says, well done, you had all 3 important parts of an email. Hey, I won't always put a comment on an assignment, but if there is one there, it could be having to do with the assignment being really well done, or it could say something like, the student redid this assignment 3 times, and then you have that information as well as a grade. So at that point, you can say, awesome job, you redid this until it was excellent, and now you have an A, or you might say, okay, why did you redo it 3 times and you still have a D? What's the problem here? And let's solve it together. Okay, so ways that you can use PowerSchool. Those dates are going to match, so you can go back and look at the assignment. Students can always redo assignments. So if you open it up and say, oh, okay, we're not happy with this standard of learning, this grade, then have your child talk to their teacher and redo the assignment. In language arts, they will need to email me that they've redone an assignment so that I know to go back and look at it and remark it. Okay, so those codes are going to be really helpful. You won't have to ask as many questions about assignments because it'll say right there. And we're still more than happy to answer emails if you do have any questions or if it's not clear. Okay, so it's going to be really important for our students to become responsible learners. It was clear with COVID and at-home learning that our students sometimes struggle with learning for the sake of learning rather than earning a grade. They don't always see the value in it unless it's going to be graded, which we really want to teach them the importance of just learning. They also sometimes struggled with following instructions on their own and on completing assignments, which had to do with time management for a lot of people. Okay, reasons that we want to make this super easy for families. Those are the reasons that we want to make this super easy for families. And here are some suggestions for how to build in that accountability at home. So you could check PowerSchool weekly together and make a list of anything that's missing or incomplete, as well as a plan for how to get those things finished. You can also log into your child's Google Classroom using their login information and take a look at their assignments before they turn them in. That kind of double check or second set of eyes can sometimes prevent the child from having to redo it. Also, you might consider using an agenda or a digital agenda, such as Google Keep, to help learn how to track assignments and due dates, homework, and also really encouraging your children to redo work that is not their best. So, if they're handing in something that's a D, I might not make them redo it, depending on whether it was a really important part of curriculum. But you may want to make sure that they are redoing everything to their best ability. Okay, and middle school students are going to need help building this. They're not naturally responsible for their own learning, and it becomes more and more difficult to learn that once they get in high school because teachers are in charge of more kids and are less able to track down specific students and say, hey, where's this assignment? And make sure that it really is that high standard of learning. Okay, if you have any questions about any of this, please do email any of your child's teachers. Thanks for watching.